Now, over the weekend, King Charles stepped out with his wife, Queen Camilla, to attend church on his Royal Sandringham estate, and he was also seen with Princess Anne.
He was. So the first time since Christmas, they were out together in public, and to me, this is really the soft power in action for the monarchy, isn't it? So the two most reliable members of the royal family, the King and his sister, the Princess Royal, out in Sandringham. They always go to Mass at the church when they're in residence. And the fact they've met the incoming new bishop as well, I thought was very interesting. It's really pushing a message of no matter what's happening on the world stage with the errant brother, they are the face of the monarchy, reliable, predictable and hardworking. So, that would have been a very strategic move, I think, having the two of them in public. And of course, Camilla chatting with Anne too as well to really sort of seal the reputation there.
And Princess Catherine, of course, after 2 years now of recovery following her shock cancer diagnosis, Princess Catherine is reportedly focusing on two major goals as she looks ahead to 2026 and beyond. What can we expect this year?
So, understandably, she's been battling cancer for 2 years and she's now in remission. She's back to full-time royal duties, which has been great to see. But I think her two goals of staying healthy and being ready, it really shows that the weight of the monarchy in the future is as much on her shoulders, I think, as it is on William's shoulders. And I think by the time he ascends to the throne, we'll be totally used to Catherine in public doing the royal functions and being there as an ambassador for the monarchy, because she's more or less doing the job anyway, sort of in waiting with him. She's out there and, advocating for her causes, childcare, early childhood development, etc. The whole branding around the family is seamless, absolutely seamless. They've really struck the balance between public views of the children and giving some privacy, particularly George, to grow up in a normal sort of space. So I think, she's played an absolute blinder on this. I think that the way she operates in public and the way the public sort of love her and adore her is, it's something that Meghan could really only dream of if she was still in that mindset.
Well, let's talk about Meghan Markle, because there are, of course, reports that Meghan's Netflix series may have been given the axe. Plenty of royal experts say that they're not surprised at all by that. What do you make of this? What are your predictions for Meghan?
Oh, look, I'm not surprised. I think Series 3 was really sort of, drawing a long bow in a way. And I do feel in a way too that she hasn't really made the proper pivot. People still see her as a person whinging to Oprah with her husband. They still see her as a grievance person, and the fallout from Harry's memoir, I think, is still reverberating through the family. So I also think just because you marry a prince doesn't mean you can become a lifestyle guru. She really thought in a way she could just sort of rock up and become the new Martha Stewart. And the problem is she's inauthentic, and people have to like you to want to go into your TV kitchen or your mate's kitchen or whatever it is. So she's she's dropped the ball there. And I think for the rest of the year there'll be a lot of spotlight on what her plans are, and will she come up with a strategy? Probably not. I think the game changer will be if she does go to the UK mid-year with Harry, because he's going out there for some pre-events for Invictus next year. So, look, if she does go, it could be an opportunity for her to, ingratiate herself with the public. But
good luck.
Exactly. Yeah, I think there's no way back for her with the public. I
don't think so. I don't think they'd be happy to see her there. But we'll watch this space very closely. But of course, we have to get to this huge news and entertainment around the Beckhams and the fallout around that family. Victoria and David Beckham have now shared this message about memories with Brooklyn. This is kind of the first time Victoria has made public comments since her son's explosive rant on Instagram. Can you talk to us about the message from Victoria, and also I want to get your thoughts on the potential brand damage that this has done to the Beckham's brand? Yeah, look,
they're all both posting sort of nostalgic comments. You can see from that photograph there, you can see David's Brooklyn tattoo very clearly there on his back. And, there's some lovely footage which was taken by the photographer at the time of Brooklyn running on set and spontaneously hugging his dad, which of course is what children do. And then Victoria's part of the hug as well. So, look, it's an opportunity, I think, for them to retreat in a way. I know that from dealing with the Beckhams and seeing what they do, that when there's a crisis, they go straight into brand management on steroids, really. And that's clearly what this is as well. They can't control what Brooklyn says about them, but they can control what they pump out on social media. And I thought that was interesting too, that Victoria was at Emma Bunton's 50th on the weekend, and she posed up with the Spice Girls. And the Spice Girls is Victoria's, safety blanket. That was her peak of her career 30 years ago. No one can really, you know, criticise her for that when there was always some sort of discussion about how good a singer she was. But as far as being a brand for Spice Girls, she was 100% on board with that. So to have the girls around her, or the women rather, around her and saying how much she loved it, and David chipping in and saying, oh, it was wonderful too, I think will do a lot to boost her confidence and hopefully turn the narrative more towards them. Will it destroy brand Beckham, what Brooklyn's done? I don't think so. I think there's a lot of experience in papering over dramas. You know, we've got the issue with David and the alleged affair many, many years ago. They managed to survive that. So I think eventually Brooklyn will come to his senses and realise that he only has one mum and dad and one family. And although he's proving a point, there is a better way to do it. There's plenty of rich kids who leave the family situation and don't blow up the whole relationship. And I think if he's looking to Harry as a great example, he should be looking well away from that.
Look anywhere else. Do not look at Harry. I think we could all learn a lesson from that.
Absolutely.
Don't do a Brooklyn Beckham or a Prince Harry, please. But that, of course, may take some time. Louise Roberts, thank you so much for joining us.
Great to see you. Thank you.